It's October 1st, 2021. It's a Friday night. I ran into a familiar face on the avenue, which was Rick Allen from a past comedy show at Monahans, which is local. He was kind enough to be standing there and promoting someone else's show, which I thought was really nice. And he seemed to recognize me. I recognized him right away. So he invited me tonight. He was kind enough also to give me a laugh pass so I could attend. And then Linda lent me the money for the drink minimum. And this was Mike Burton. So I watched him. And when I was there was a gentleman by the name of Philip. And his last name, I think, is Racist. I'm not kidding. That's really his name. So, and he's with Turnkey Real Estate. I'm not so keen on his sales pitch of real estate. I'm not living in that world. I really wasn't keen on the world that he spoke of, but I did ask him if I could read. He said he's a columnist. That I was more interested in speaking with him about. So I asked if I could read his paper, and I did. And it was very interesting for me because it had crossover words, like he was using rhizomes with the rooting of the grass, which I said, that's interesting. I said, now, could you explain to me what they were? I said, so is that more like a follicle then, like in like a hair follicle kind of? Because he used some crossover words, which I enjoyed my conversation thoroughly. And then I was like, yeah, but it's, from what I hear, I was like, if homeowners, like, if the chemical signature of the air is one chemical signature, and then like the homeowners are applying their own lawn fertilizer, I'm like, that might send the chemical signature off and poison us all. And I know there's a lot of foreigners here where their chemical signature elsewhere may have been one chemical signature and they knew what chemical mixture to use, but if they're bussing in their own chemicals and our chemical signature in the air is different, they're planting it on the lawn, I mean, they could essentially kill us all by hypoxia, which is part of what I'm having trouble breathing, but whatever. I mean, again, I don't like to be argumentative. And then I watched the comedy show. Now, here's the thing. I enjoy comedy. I like more of the clean comedy. The dry humor I find incredibly hilarious. This evening, it was a little bit more, I would use the word perhaps raunchy, more like a Nora Tiafrio level. It's not my, like, go-to, I mean, I've stomached it before because they're humans, but if I'm like a catfish in this sense, if I'm in a river, I like to hide in the burrow and just be my catfish self. I mean, if the fisherman pulls me out like Rick Allen did technically, I'll come out and I'll observe. I mean, I sat at a table by myself and I just observed the room and I observed the comedians like I did last weekend. Quietly. There's no need for criticism. But let's just say the room last week, or the last time when Rick Allen was on, was a lot more clean, and I noticed I noticed one couple in particular that was more of a, clean comedy and whatever. Tonight, with Mike Burton, it was more of a raunch acceptance, I suppose. There's two female comics. Both of them were not ladylike, let's just put it that way. And when I looked around the room, there was a mix of some things they pointed out that I wouldn't just make assumptions, but since they pointed them out about the audience, I mean, again, I know these things go on. I just sit at a table by myself, and as a catfish, I just go back to my burrow, and that's it. I observe the humans, and then I go back to my private whatever, and just wait for the Nicole thing from, like, elementary school to actually come to fruition. That would be nice. Well, I'm just waiting amongst the humans, and my legs are now not working. They say at the pub at Monahans, which I understand, you have to buy a 2-drink minimum. So as far as alcohol, I have the 2 Coronas, and then I go home. But the beer is not, doesn't affect me. Like, I'm not stumbling home. I'm able to stomach them and then just go. Because I know that was a bone of contention somewhere else. I'm like, no, my human doesn't work the way that some of the other humans work. I'm still bright-eyed, bushy-tailed after 2 beers if nobody puts anything in it extra. My body can handle the weight. Or the alcohol, or whatever, the poison, whatever we're calling it. So I'm in Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361. So I made it out of the catfish burrow, but walked. And the comedian even made a point of saying, I like the vest. He says, very winter. I said, well, I'm vested in the comedy show. I mean, I don't know how else to make a joke back. I'm kind of dry humor myself, but I'm not really a critic. I'm just more of an observer of humans in their natural human environment, because I know there's all kinds and all types, and I don't go searching for them. I just am out and about on my daily whatever, but I have to make a log because I don't want to get punished for having 2 beers when that was the rule, walking in there. And when I go in there and I'm observing the humans in this new normal, I make a note, there's worth in that. And I don't want to get problems with my biologic or points